Mr. Siegel,
Yes.
how would you define your style?
I obviously picked up tight shooting, uh, doing montages, but I really have no style. I think if one thinks of style when you're shooting, you become self-conscious. So I really don't know what I'm doing. And when I did all these second units, hundreds of them, I'd work with a director like Mike Ortiz, and he dollies in on his actors, and he uses a lot of pans, etc. On the other hand, when you work with a director who doesn't, like Raoul Walsh, let's say, who doesn't move his camera, or forward for that matter, they remain stationary, and the people come up to them. So that when I would be working for them, I'd try to do it in the style of the director. By doing that with many, many, many directors, I wound up having absolutely no style at all, and was very aware of it, that I was doing anything. So when I started doing features, I decided just to do anything that I felt like doing. If I felt like putting the camera on the floor, I felt like I put it on the floor. And I think it helped me because I had gotten rid of a lot of foolishness with the camera, and I tried to a certain way to not make people so conscious of the camera movement. Even though I was moving it, I would always have an excuse for the movement. I mean, if I was going to dolly into an insert over there, I'd have somebody walk here, and that would take me over to there, see. That I'm better qualified to do a love story than I am doing prison pictures and violent films, gangster films, because I'm a lover. I'm not a gangster. I haven't killed anyone yet.
So did you resent doing all these pictures with Clint Eastwood and like Escape from Alcatraz or Dirty Harry? Or...
Well, you've named two that came off quite well. Both of them made me a lot of money. And those two I didn't mind doing because I liked them. But many other pictures that I did that were purely made for action, I didn't enjoy. Most of my pictures, I'm sorry to say, are about nothing.
Why did you do them then?
I do them, am I allowed to use a bad word on the screen? I do them because I'm a whore. I work for money. I don't always do the pictures as I just told you. I turned down this Paramount picture. But if I feel that at least I have freedom, maybe I can make something out of it. Generally, I don't make too much out of it, and generally I don't do too good a job. But I work, which is very American, for money. Godard once said to me, we were talking, and I mentioned that I admired one thing that he had that we Americans don't have. He has freedom. We always talk about the freedom we had, but he really has freedom. He does what he wants to do. And he says, well, there's something that I admire, that I envy about you. He says, you have money. I said, touche.
Do you fear feeling alone, when the time comes to not direct pictures anymore? I mean, do you...
Well, I'm hoping that when you say feeling alone, I frequently feel alone when I'm directing pictures. I feel that the world's against me, frequently. But I'm hoping that maybe then I'll start writing. If for instance, this book works out all right.
When you punch keys instead of...
Punch out people. Of course, that comes from boxing. I used to box. And of course, being small now and being older, I'm very safe. Nobody hits me.
Don't you think that the fact that you had to fight to make your pictures a little bit the way you wanted them to, gave you energy, gave you?
Oh, no question about it. I would never give up. I'd lose a lot, but I'd never give up. And I'm amazed at the carelessness and viciousness and unkindness and lack of encouragement, lack of love that the studios operate under. They don't encourage you at all. They say they'd like to be as good as possible and then make it impossible to do it as good as possible. And they've been that way since my first day, which in the studios, which is 1934. Well, I don't seem to. Doesn't seem to be any lack of properties. I mean, I'm not saying they're good. Most of them are terrible. But I'm being offered work, 2 or 3 times a week. Somebody will bring up a story or something, and a lot of it has to do with using me as a means of getting the story done. I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is doing good work. As long as I feel I can do good work and I'm physically able to do it, I'll continue to work, of course.